Ian Gallagher and Milkovich had basically been in love with one another for well over, I don't even know. They started dating when they were younger and got married once they got older. But when you look through the timeline of Ian and Mickey's relationship, you begin to question whether or not it was healthy. Well, today I wanted to dive deeper and see whether or not Ian and Mickey's relationship is healthy. We'll be using the website joinonelove.org, and every time Ian and Mickey have ever done something that's on the list, we'll give them a point. And if they didn't, then we'll give them a point for being an unhealthy relationship. Now, before we jump in, I want to read the quote that is shown when you jump onto the website. A healthy relationship does not mean a perfect relationship, and no one is healthy 100% of the time. But the signs below are behaviors you should strive for in all of your relationships. So before you go commenting, yeah, well, no relationship is perfect, Amanda, just make sure to remember that I know that. Alright? The relationship moves at a speed that feels enjoyable for each person. It's normal to want to spend a lot of time with someone when you first meet them, but it's important that you're both on the same page with how the relationship is moving. In a healthy relationship, you're not rushed or pressured in a way that makes you feel overwhelmed. Not a great start for Ian and Mickey. Now, in the beginning of season 1, Mickey and Ian's relationship started off as an accidental hookup that led into a one-sided relationship. Throughout season 1, Ian seemed to be the only one that was into the idea of having a relationship. After having sex for the first time in season 1 episode 7, Frank Gallagher, loving husband, devoted father, Ian attempts to kiss Mickey but fails as Mickey tells him,
"Kiss me and I'll cut your fucking tongue out."
Then flash forward to season 1 episode 8, It's Time to Kill the Turtle. After engaging in a booty call, Ian seems to be more in love with Mickey as he smiles and watches him walk away, while Mickey doesn't seem to care at all. But Amanda, they weren't technically in a relationship, so that doesn't count. Alright, I'll give it to you. But let's flash forward to season 4 episode 11, Emily.
Just wondering if we're a couple or not.
Of course we are.
Throughout the episode, Ian seems to be the only one trying to publicize their relationship to the world, while Mickey is trying to figure out how to fix his. The episode is mainly centered around Mickey and his son's baptism, which is also on the day that his father, Terry, comes out from prison. When flash forwarding to the scene at the bar, Ian begins to pressure Mickey into coming out to everyone at the bar. Going back to the sign, in a healthy relationship, you're not rushed or pressured in a way that makes you feel overwhelmed. Mickey is already overwhelmed with the fact that his father, who caught Ian and Mickey in the act and reacted in the worst way possible, was even there. I mean, once he walked into the bar, Mickey is quick to get away from Ian, making sure his father doesn't see him. Towards the end of the episode, Ian basically chooses to leave Mickey because
You're afraid to be who you are.
Mickey is in this tough situation that makes him feel overwhelmed to the point where he comes out.
Excuse me! I just want everybody here to know I'm fucking gay.
Then says to Ian,
"You happy now?"
meaning that he didn't come out for himself, but instead for Ian. The only way Ian was able to get Mickey to be honest with himself was by pressuring him to come out, which isn't really healthy. Confidence that your partner won't do anything to hurt you or ruin the relationship. In a healthy relationship, trust comes easily and you don't have to question the other person's intentions or whether they have your back. They respect your privacy and would never put you through a test to prove your loyalty. Now, I know it hurts to hear this, but Ian and Mickey seem to struggle with trust when it comes to the relationship. Yeah, let that sink in. In season 7, episode 9, damn, that's a hard word. Oboros. Ian finds out that Mickey had escaped prison.
He escaped last night.
And in the next episode, Ride or Die, Ian meets up with Mickey. But when they meet up, Mickey asks Ian,
"Cops come talking to you."
to which Ian asks,
Think I'd snitch?
showing the lack of confidence and trust Mickey had for Ian, as he had to question him for his loyalty. In season 4, episode 8, Hope Springs Paternal, Ian and Mickey go to Ian's friend's house after being invited to an after party. But Mickey doesn't seem to trust Ian's friend, especially after hearing about his profession.
Near and part-time photographer. I think he took some of these pictures, actually.
Oh, yeah? Well, he wants you to come here then, huh?
Now, this is a cute little moment, but jealousy correlates with trust as you don't have confidence in your partner when it comes to their intentions. And the boys have been jealous before. And yeah, in season 10, episode 8, Debbie might be a prostitute. Ian tells Mickey,
I love you, and I trust you.
and asks Mickey,
Do you love and trust me too?
to which Mickey gives Ian his hand, which basically answers his question. But later on in the episode, Ian breaks that trust, and I'll get into that in a few. They also don't seem to trust one another earlier in the episode when they denied killing Paula.
Look, I'm pretty sure Ian popped up here.
Now, as I said earlier, Ian and Mickey seem to struggle with trust when it comes to the relationship. That doesn't mean they don't trust each other when it comes to other things. For example, in season 5, episode 6, Crazy crazy love, Svetlana attempts to call the police on Ian after he runs off with Yevgeny. But Mickey immediately threatens her and tells her that Ian will
Bring the kid back.
and even adds in,
He will.
without really knowing how true that is. I mean, Ian never did something like kidnap a child for Mickey to know that he'd come back with the child in one piece. And for Mickey to defend Ian without any proof really does show how much Mickey trusts Ian. But when it comes to their love towards one another, they always seem to not feel as confident as they should be. You can be truthful and candid without fearing how the other person will respond. In a healthy relationship, you should feel like you can share the full truth about your life and feelings with each other. You will never have to hide things. They may not like what you have to say, but will respond to disappointing news in a considerate way. In season 5, episode 10, Southside Rules, after Ian is diagnosed with bipolar, Mickey begins acting as if he's Ian's nurse, prompting Ian to feel a certain way towards him. But instead of honestly telling Mickey how he feels, he bottles it up until he ends up punching Mickey out of the blue. And of course, this breaks down to a fight, but the issue could have easily been solved if Ian had just been honest with Mickey about how he was feeling. And yeah, Ian did say,
Fucking nurse, no?
but saying and sharing the full truth are two different things. When Ian punched Mickey, Mickey says,
Oh, the fuck, Ian?
implying that Mickey didn't know he'd punch him because before Ian did, Mickey was just telling him not to drink it because it was bad for him.
No, look, you're not supposed to drink on lithium. It makes your blood fucking toxic and gets you hammered in like 2 seconds.
But if Ian spoke to Mickey about how he was truly feeling, they could have avoided the huge fight. I mentioned not too long ago about the fact that Ian has broken the trust he built with Mickey in season 10, episode 8, Debbie Might Be a Prostitute. Ian proposes to Mickey only after finding out that their PO, Paula, was murdered. Now, yes, both believe that the other had killed her, prompting them to both try to help the other after finding out that if they got married, they couldn't testify against one another. But the only one that seems to take up on that offer was Ian, as he proposes to Mickey. Mickey then mentions that,
Staying out of jail is a crap reason to get married.
to which Ian says,
No, we fucking love each other. That's why we're gonna get married. The legal stuff is just bonus.
which isn't the honest truth, as later on they find out in the courthouse that neither of them killed Paula. Well, Mickey and Ian begin to argue back and forth until Mickey says,
Is this the only reason you proposed to me?
No.
It is, because you thought
No.
I was fucking guilty.
to which Ian responds with,
There's plenty of fucking reasons, but yeah, I'd say it came up today because not testifying against you is a pretty big plus, Mickey.
now he does mention the fact that there were many other reasons, but the fact that he wasn't being fully honest with Mickey really takes away the trust they built earlier in the episode, as Ian did say,
No, we fucking love each other. That's why we're gonna get married. The legal stuff is just bonus.
also, they may not like what you have to say, but will respond to disappointing news in a considerate way.
I wanna know how you feel, you know?
They may not like what you have to say, but will respond to disappointing news in a considerate way. You have space to be yourself outside of the relationship. The other person should be supportive of your hobbies and your relationships with other friends, family, and co-workers. The other person does not need to know or be involved in every part of your life. Having independence means being free to do you and giving your partner the same freedom. Now, before the writers made Mickey's storyline all about Ian, Mickey had a storyline of his own. During season 4 and 5, Mickey was working on his moving company job and being a pimp. There were scenes of Mickey literally by himself, and he wouldn't even mention Ian.
Like fucking Carrot Tops.
Well, not all the time. And while Mickey was working on that, Ian was working at a club while also trying to help Mandy with her boyfriend. And the fact that they were able to have screen time without the other there really did show that there was more to Ian and Mickey rather than just Gallavich. So yes, Ian and Mickey do have independence in their relationship.
Hey, where are you going?
Would you like to know?
I would. I would like to know.
Well, sometime. You value one another's beliefs and opinions and love one another for who you are as a person. You feel comfortable setting boundaries and are confident that the other person will respect those boundaries. They cheer for you when you achieve something, support your hard work and dreams, and appreciate you. Do I really need to explain myself? The relationship feels balanced and everyone puts the same effort into the success of the relationship. You don't let one person's preferences and opinions dominate, and instead you hear each other out and make compromises when you don't want the same thing. You feel like your needs, wishes, and interests are just as important as the other person's. Sometimes you might put in more money, time, emotional support than your partner, and vice versa. But the outcome always feels equitable and even. In season 10, episode 3, which America, Ian and Mickey had the talk, which involved them conversating about what was going to happen after Ian leaves prison. As they conversate, Mickey seems to not want to do anything that Ian mentions, making no effort to compromise.
Long distance relationship when I'm out.
No, you're out there, you're gonna be fucking other people, so will I.
Can't we just wait for each other?
So great, now we're in a fucking horror movie.
Ian's putting in all this effort while Mickey gives snarky remarks that just makes the situation worse. You are caring and empathetic to one another and provide comfort and support in a healthy relationship. The other person will do things that they know will make you happy. Kindness should be a two-way street. It's given and return in a relationship. You show compassion for the other person and the things they care about. Ian proposing to Mickey in season 10, episode 10, Now Leaving Illinois, did make him happy even after the whole courthouse situation. And when Ian brought that man that was singing Living on a Prayer after being told that Mickey wanted that to play at their wedding was pretty sweet.
Yeah, not just any soloist. Motherfucker needs to be able to rock Living on a Prayer acoustic hard.
And Mickey has had his fair share of being kind to Ian, especially when he came out for Ian. And I know I brought that up earlier and gave them a point for being unhealthy. But I decided to give them a point here for being healthy for the fact that he did it for Ian. And Ian was pretty happy for that. Owning your actions and words. You avoid placing blame and are able to admit when you make a mistake. You genuinely apologize when you've done something wrong and continually try to make positive change to better the relationship. You can take ownership for the impact your words or behaviors had, even if it wasn't your intentions. I've never really heard Ian and Mickey say they were sorry to one another. I mean, Mickey did when he was late after Ian had come home from the psych ward.
Sorry I'm late.
During the episodes where they broke up in season 10, neither Ian or Mickey tried to take ownership for what they had done, as Mickey punched Ian instead of hearing him out, and Ian continued to blame his genes on why he didn't want to get married. But let's save our breath. Openly and respectfully discussing issues and confronting disagreements non-judgmentally. Conflict is a normal and expected part of any relationship. Everyone has disagreements, and that's okay. Healthy conflicts is recognizing the root issue and addressing it respectfully before it escalates into something bigger. No one should belittle or yell during an argument. Of course, conflict is normal and expected part of any relationship, which is exactly what Ian and Mickey seem to have a lot of conflict. But do they solve it in a way that seems open and respectfully? With the lack of communication, Ian and Mickey hardly seem to do anything but argue or even punch one another to solve the issue. In season 10, the whole marriage thing was one of the worst conflicts they've ever had, as they were both in the wrong. Mickey was upset after finding out that Ian mainly proposed to him not to testify against him in court, believing that he killed their PO, which Mickey has a right to be, as Ian wasn't being completely honest with him. But instead of hearing Ian out, Mickey punches him and begins to date Byron, which was wrong of him. Mickey added gasoline to the fire, making the situation play out longer than it had to the point where Ian decided to date Cole in an attempt to get Mickey jealous. But what Ian did wrong was that he wasn't focusing on the main problem. After Mickey runs out from the courthouse, no, he didn't run, but I needed to be a little more dramatic. Ian uses the excuse,
Frank and Monica aren't exactly the fucking picture of marital bliss.
but Mickey is mainly hurt over the fact that Ian had lied to him. Earlier in the episode, Ian told Mickey,
No, we fucking love each other. That's why we're gonna get married. The legal stuff is just bonus.
which reassured Mickey and his doubts of Ian only proposing to him to not testify against him. But at the courthouse, they find out that their PO was murdered by someone else, prompting Ian to say,
You didn't kill Paula.
and when Mickey asks Ian,
Is this the only reason you proposed to me?
Ian says,
Plenty of fucking reasons, but yeah, I'd say it came up today because not testifying against you is a pretty big plus, Mickey.
Mickey's thoughts from the restaurant came back as the trust they've built is now broken, as he believes that Ian doesn't love him enough, as he wouldn't even marry him for the right reasons.
No, you're just saying you don't love me enough now. And that's fine, it's cool.
You enjoy spending time together and bring out the best in each other. A healthy relationship should feel easy and make you happy. You can let loose, laugh together, and be yourselves. The relationship doesn't bring your mood down, but cheers you up. No relationship is fun 100% of the time, but the good times should definitely outweigh the bad. Oh, come on. Ian and Mickey are literally best friends. Yeah, they've been through their ups and downs, but what relationship hasn't? They seem to laugh even when it's at the worst moments of their lives, whether that be after Mickey came out in front of his homophobic father, or at the dugout when they fight and then start drinking and singing in the streets. Now, I'm looking at the scoreboard, and okay, this isn't really what I expected, to be honest. Ian and Mickey's relationship is great when it comes to respect, but they lack in being honest and truthful to one another. But that's what makes their relationship the most unique relationship from Shameless. They've been through hell and back and still managed to get back to one another without feeling like they missed anything. So maybe they don't go on dates or walk down the street hands in hand, but they've always found a way to make their relationship work in their own way. And that's all that really matters. Whoa, you're seeing me. Wow, this is my face. I want to put all the comments from my last controversial topics video. Is Shameless homophobic? And clearly they're not. I would like to retract that statement. Well, I never said they were homophobic. Actually, I said that they were using Ian and Mickey as a tactic to get people to watch Shameless, which I'm pretty sure they did. They deleted the scenes because that was Mickey's storyline, and clearly, you know. But where are the deleted scenes for the dancing? I want to see those deleted scenes. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, please give it a big thumbs up, or don't. I don't really care. Comment down below whether or not you agree with certain things, like, I don't know, you probably agree with the trust, but you don't agree with the honesty. Thank you so much for watching, and as always...
Adios, motherfucker! Pay attention so you know. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
Yeah, this is how I record, by the way. I usually stand here with my laptop with the words